Well, this is an absolute pleasure to be able to have this time together. So, my name is Miriam Henderson Uloho. I am the CEO and founder of Sister Hearts Inc. It is a foundation, actually, it is a nonprofit organization that focuses on formerly incarcerated individuals. My thing is to help people through prison trauma. So this is what I found. This is what I have found is that when people go to prison, they come out a lot of times and they're telling these glorified stories about their experience in prison. There's a lot of bullshit behind that. And the reason that I'm saying there's a lot of bullshit behind that, because it is a lot of bullshit behind that. Prison is not a place where you go and just start having fun, y'all. Anybody tell you that is lying, because that's not what is happening. What bothers me is the fact that there are so many people, especially men, they go to prison, they come home, they tell these kids about how wonderful prison was and how they was the man and how they fought and how they did this and how they did that. And all of that might be true. But they don't tell them about the other side of being in prison, about how they had to get stripped butt naked, bend over, open their ass cheeks, and cough. They don't tell them about that. There's so much that they don't tell them about. They don't tell these kids about how you're going to be dehumanized, demoralized, and desensitized, along with being desocialized and demonized. They don't tell you that all of that is part of your incarceration process. And I just wonder, why is that? Why don't they tell these kids that prison is not a rite of passage? That's bullshit. You don't have to go to prison to become a man. But a lot of times in the Black communities, that's what we're telling these young men, that prison is some glorified place that they need to go and visit in order to know what it means to really become a man. I did 12 and a half years in prison. And I did not feel more like a woman when I got out of prison. As a matter of fact, I felt more dehumanized than I have ever felt in my entire life. Now, a lot of people can say, well, it's really not that bad. Okay, well, that's your opinion. Where I am today is I'm going to start having regular conversation on prison trauma, because what's happening with this incarceration concept is that people are making our children believe that this is something that they have to do. That is just straight up bullshit. You don't have to go to prison, kids. Young men are committing crimes knowing that if they get caught, they're going to go to prison. But yet and still they're doing all the crime. They're doing the crime. People have to start talking about incarceration communities raw and uncut. Okay. That's a simple thing. We have to start telling our kids that when you go to prison, there's possibilities that you will be gang raped. The little boys and the little girls. Because there's something that a lot of people don't know. In prison for women, there's no Me Too Act, just in case you didn't know. There's no Me Too Act. So women are getting raped at will. There's another thing that I have a beef with. It's like, you know how they talk about social workers in prison? And we have counselors when we get out, and there's therapists and psychiatrists. Well, what I found is that none of these people are trained for prison trauma. But you have millions of people that are in prison every single day But none of these people are trained for prison trauma. So how the hell are they supposed to help us to get through or get past our prison trauma when we get released? I got a real personal problem with all that. So on this channel, that's what I'm going to be talking about is prison trauma. I'm going to share with you some of my own personal experiences of others that I work with, and experiences in society as a whole. If you would like to find out more about me, my name is Miriam Henderson Uloho. That's spelled Uloho. You can Google me and you will see that I am very serious about this topic. Because at 66 years old, I am hell-bent and I am determined that I am going to expose the traumatic experience of incarceration, whether anybody else wants it or not. Because them 12 and a half years that I did, that was the worst time of my entire life. And I am not going to have those years be in vain. No, I'm not. So that's what we're going to be doing on the decarceration station. The decarceration station focuses on helping people to heal after prison through their own self-awareness and self-development. So I'm not going to stay here very long. This has been 6 minutes. And so I think that's enough time for you to know if you would like to be a participant in prison trauma, learn more, know someone that's been to prison that could possibly utilize some of this information, feel free to let me know. Leave your comments below. I will definitely get back with you. If not, just Google Sister Hearts Thrift Store and you'll know how to reach me. So until we see each other again, take care and be safe.